Properties and Prosecco, a real estate related Q&A hosted by me, Nicola Lee, from the Property Pod. So I've got another really hot topic at the moment, and that is getting your offer accepted. The market is absolutely fire in Perth still, and it can be very daunting when you go to a home open and there's loads and loads of people and you end up missing out over and over again. So I'm going to give you my top 10 tips on making sure you get your offer approved. Tip number 1, if you finance, get a pre-approval. So speak with your broker, speak with your bank, make sure you go through them extra steps and get a pre-approval. You don't know the situation of the seller, but it could weigh in really strongly on your offer compared to somebody else's. Tip number 2, as soon as a property comes online, if you're serious about buying, you'll likely have notifications set up in realestate.com. And if you don't know how to do that, just send me a message. But call your agent for a private viewing before the home open. So I don't like to sell properties before the home open. I don't think it gives my sellers the best possible price. However, some circumstances call for it. And some people will ring up with an absolutely amazing offer just to get it off the market before the home open. Call your agent, see if you can convince them to take you through before the home open. You're going to have less people to compete with, so that should turn out better financially for you. Number 3, check the local sales prices. A good strategy a lot of agents are using at the moment is to put prices that are slightly under where the value of the home sits, in an attempt to coax people through, giving you big numbers, big turnouts at a home open to create a multiple offer scenario. So make sure you check your local sales prices. That will give you a good indication of what it's likely to go for. Don't go based off the prices advertised online. Tip number 4, make time to attend the home open. If you're serious about buying and it's open on Sunday, you can't call up and say, well, I've got my daughter's christening or Auntie Meg's 60th birthday and I can't attend, so can you make a special day for me after the home open? Property probably won't be there. Which tip number 5 rolls on, and that is take all of the decision makers to the home open. So if you know that hubby's not going to let you buy a house without him, and you really want this house, there's no point in you going through the house all by yourself. Try and rearrange things so that he can come too, because you need to be ready to move to put an offer if you like the house. Tip number 6, contact the agent and show interest ASAP, like when you leave, and do it in private. Somebody sees that you're going to put an offer in, it could trigger their sort of panic, and then they'll start putting offers in. In private, pull the agent aside, you're interested, and you want to make an offer. I've had plenty of people that have said, we'll think about it and we'll get back to you Friday. Well, that's fine, but the house is really there still, at the end of the week. Number 7, similar, be prompt with returning your details. If an agent's asked you for a list of details needed to write up the offer, get them back to them. Don't pop out for dinner and think I'll do it in the morning, and be on your A game and get them through to them ASAP. Could mean the difference between you getting the offer and not. Number 8. Okay, so I'm going to give you my super tip here. This is worth, I think this might actually clench the deal for a few people. Put your best offer forward. So 9 times out of 10, if it's a multiple offer scenario, they're not going to come back and negotiate with you. You're going to have one opportunity to come in with your best offer. Most sellers are going to accept the highest. So my top tip is, I like to pretend that this is a thing. Allow $5,000 per offer. So if I know that some of mine, I've had people through and we get 5 offers and we normally end up 25 grand over the asking price. So you're going to ring your agent, they're not going to be able to tell you what the price is that other people have put, but if you need a gauge, that's a fair assumption. I think we had 8 groups through one property and we ended up 40 grand over. And I had 14 offers on another property in Thornley, and that ended up, I think, nearly $60,000 over. So my sort of calculations have been that if you estimate about $5,000 per person with a multiple offer scenario, you're pretty much on the money. Number 9, leave out unnecessary special conditions. So you could have a stronger offer, you could have a stronger finance situation, you might be borrowing a smaller amount than the next person, but you've left in a lot of unnecessary conditions. I want to make sure that they take that shed down because I don't like it. I want to make sure that they leave that couch in the living room. If it's a choice between the easy offer that is the same as the one that's the same price but a bit harder, where it's going to cause them a lot more drama in a time when they're already stressed about moving, you'll lose the deal. So try and leave out any unnecessary special conditions. And then finally, celebrate. So, I mean, chances are by now, you've got your offer accepted somewhere and you're looking forward to moving into your new house and starting your new memories with your family. Thanks ever so much for listening. And if you have any more questions, property related, please leave comments below or email me at nicola@thepropertypod.net.au. Have a great evening.